What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to a special, well, not special, just I suck at life and couldn't do Thursday, but a Saturday showing of Floppy Drop. The Floppies are finally dropping. It's weird doing this during the day because I've got sun coming through this window and it's washing me out. What is the sunshine? Where is it coming from? As always, I'm here with my main man, Drew, aka Dolan, aka Heavy D, and he writes comics. Drew, what's up, brother?
Hey man, yeah, it's a fantastic Saturday. That's all I gotta say.
Wait, time out. Is it a fantastic Saturday because it was a fantastic Friday night?
That's a big portion of it. It's about a 80% reason why it's a fantastic Saturday. So last night I went to Alamo Draft House here in Indy because they were showing Darkman.
Heck yeah!
Never saw that in theater. Saw it in VHS when it came out when I was a kid. So my first time being able to see it in theater, and it was about a half full theater, which is pretty crazy. And I had a blast. But it was during the IU game, so me being so superstitious and nervous and just don't want to be an emotional wreck. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna look at the score. I'm watching a movie. I'll catch up with everything when I get to the car, and I see all the messages I missed after the movie, and then before I knew it was like 28-7. I'm like, what the hell happened? Holy crap. So what happened to this close game they're talking about? And then it got even more out of hand in a good way. So it was a great night.
Nice. Yeah, I at first I was like, man, this is gonna be a close game. And then I stopped to do something, and I can't remember what it was. Then I checked back in like maybe 20 or 30 minutes later. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay.
It was hilarious. The first game play of the game, pick 6. It's like, oh, that's one way to start the game.
Yep. I need to pull something up. So Corey sent us a DM. I might have to like start and stop this. It's a video. But I'm just gonna say it. The title says Signetti's team of grown-ass transfers beating the shit out of 19-year-old 5 stars in the playoffs. So 1 second, let me get this pulled up. Oh no, that's the wrong button. Hold, please. But I think you'll appreciate what this comes from as well. Can you tell what this is from just by looking at this frozen screen?
No, actually no.
Okay. Well, you will very shortly, but keep in mind the header I just told you, and I'll stop this a few times that way we don't get kicked off by copyrights. But here we go.
Okay.
Do you know now, good sir?
Yes, I do.
Always funny. Gotta love it.
It may seem like, oh, that's an exaggeration. No, not when you watch that damn game. Not when you see the score of that game. It got out of hand. Oh, Josh, towel rack.
There we go. Better. Yeah, I saw that he sent that earlier, and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. In which, like I was literally walking in my house like 20, 30 minutes before we went live. But I was like, I saw Corey sent this, so I'm gonna trust it and watch it live for the first time. But the moment I saw that, I was like, oh, always sunny. Awesome.
Yeah, and I know this isn't a college football, isn't a sports ball show, but people need to understand something like this going on right now. This is the greatest turnaround in sports history, in any sports history, in 1 year, going from the absolute worst, the worst college football team ever in history to the absolute best, soon to be the best. One win away. One win away. And it's the greatest turnaround ever in sports history. What we're seeing here is unprecedented, and arguably, they showed the stats, arguably as great, if not greater, than the 2019 LSU Tigers.
Nice. I've got some dogs barking, so I apologize. But yeah, no, I think it's exciting. So I'm hoping they just take it all the way, and that It's
We get another sports movie based around Indy. It'd be great.
Indy. Yeah, no, I do genuinely think it's exciting because anytime you got a team that just makes this,
you've got this amazing underdog coming out of nowhere and taking out all these ranked teams. It's like, how can you not root for them?
Fair. Agreed. Yeah, so it was definitely exciting. Kudos. I texted you last night. Hold on one second.
But yeah, just watching all the pundits, they're all just like, we got nothing. We got nothing. It's just like, this is insane. Like, this is unprecedented.
I guess the dogs were excited because they went from laying down to like terrorizing the hell out of each other the moment we started talking about Indy being a total Chad this season. Yeah, no, I think anytime you have like an underdog to like winning it all story is excellent. So I think it's awesome.
This is. The absolute worst team in college football history becoming potentially being the best in college football.
Craziness. But what I was gonna say is I texted you last night and I was asking you a question because we're gonna do a stream on Sunday tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll give details there, but I was texting you about that, and you're like, "Yep." Yeah. And then how about them Hoosiers? And I was like,
"Hoosiers." Yep.
All right. Hi, Bubba. I know it's so exciting, Hoosiers, and you're hearing that and thinking that's fun things to say. I know. Let's actually go ahead and get to what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So, a little campaign you've got going on is ending tomorrow, correct?
You are correct, sir. Yes. Campaign ends tomorrow night at around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Counterpoints, Lethal Ladies, first ever crossover with all of Marat Michaels' female lady properties. So we got Naughty and Nice, Baby Zombie and Candy. Got Demon Slayer. We got Savage Eve. Did I say Naughty and Nice? Yeah. No. Center. Just all these ladies merged together for the first time in a story in a battle of survival, and beautiful covers. Andre Lunatic doing the absolutely drop dead gorgeous interiors, and we're this close to 20K just before this all ends tomorrow night. Oh, Josh muted.
I think we've done so well with me not being muted. Now it's just gonna jump ship. I think you're less than $400 away from 20K. So let me get back up here. Yeah, 19,663. So heck yes. But yeah, we are going to be doing a closeout stream tomorrow, and that's going to be going live at what time do we put that for?
I think 8 Eastern, so like 7 Central.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. So that is there. Share that, get that out there. Do we know if we're going to have any guests coming on with us?
I'm working on that right now. So once we're done here, I'll be buttering up some people.
Heck yes. If you haven't backed the book, go back it. I'm about to drop the link in the chat real quick. So make sure you copy paste that and go check it out. We'll be talking about the book tomorrow. Hopefully just sharing some just fun comic talk in general with people that are creators and have worked on this or other projects. And it'll be a good time. So come hang out with us and we'll wrap this up and do a closeout on Lethal Ladies. Real quick, let's go to the comments and say hello to the folks that are here. Corey put, you guys hear about the Indiana players that got arrested? I did not.
No, this is news to me.
So 22 Indiana football players were arrested for allegedly abusing and killing ducks last night. Oh. Is this Corey? Is this a joke or did they?
That's a joke about the Oregon Ducks.
Okay. I didn't know if afterwards they're like, we're gonna go find some ducks.
Yeah,
let's be like 4 ducks. Oregon's first offensive playoff was a pick 6.
Yeah,
craziness. We've got Kaiser Jose here with Sup Nerds, Da Bears.
Yeah,
I know they're playing or played earlier, but
I think they're playing tonight. I think it's on.
Playing tonight. Okay, gotcha.
I think it's on Prime. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I haven't I don't know what all's happened today so far with anything. So
yeah, potentially the last season as Chicago Bears before they become the Gare Bears, Gary, Indiana.
nice. And then Corey was just saying he had a feeling you'd love that video.
Yes, I did.
It was funny and completely on point.
Yeah.
He is throwing a little shade though. He says that y'all are not better than 2019 LSU, and I mean,
yeah. They were showing the numbers. They showed the stats. In some cases, better than LSU. So hey,
we'll see. We shall see when all is said and done. Corey did that. Indiana's a good team, but they're not going to beat LSU. Oh, come on. You also have 2,100 yards. Okay. Oh, yeah.
And who made the college football playoffs and who didn't? That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. IU did.
That's right. And then he put it. Oh, it is a joke. Okay, cool. Yeah. Not the Ducks. I know Oregon. I know that Oregon's the Ducks. I just, in my gullible state, was like, they went out and actually killed ducks as a joke. Those poor ducks.
What's great about it is that you look at all the money that Oregon University has from Phil Knight at Nike. All the millions, if not billions, have gone into their sports programs, and they just got shellacked by IU. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, indeed. We also have Zach's coming in with Sneaky Joshy. I know, sneaking in on a Saturday stream. So it's what I do. Corey said Oregon's got that Nike money.
Yeah, look how well paid off for them.
I know, right? We also have Kaiser Jose in the house coming in with a laughing emoji, and the Packers still worry him. So
yeah, we'll see. They're playing in Chicago. So we'll see.
Chicago. All righty. We will not waste time because one, I don't want to keep Drewski for too long on a Saturday, but we are going to be talking about the comics that came out this week. We have a few books to talk about, some interesting books to talk about. And now that we're kind of we've been focusing on Marvel and DC to start off with either DCKO or Age of Revelation. We will end with the final Age of Revelation book. Thank God. But we're going to kick things off with the indies this week. And we're going to kick things off with Mark Miller's Nemesis Forever. So I'm going to bring that up, and then Drewski will bring that up if you want to share your thoughts on this week's issue.
Oh, bruh. This was my pick of the week. I had an absolute blast reading this. So yeah, this is the last issue.
Yeah.
Or is it? I'm not gonna. All I'm gonna say is that last page. I just said, Mark, you motherfucker, you got me. Yeah. So let's just say this act that Nemesis pulls in this issue, it is right up there with what he did in Volume 1 with Steve McNiven all those years ago. And I don't want to spoil what happens in this, but
yeah, agreed.
It is a wild ride.
It's funny because it's like we keep talking about in the past we've referenced like what happens in that first volume with Steve McNiven and like, oh, we don't think he's ever going to top it. And it gets damn close. I'm just like, oh,
what the act he pulls, it's like, oh Jesus.
Right. But no, I'm loving. I mean, we're already kind of getting into some stuff. I don't want to go too far. Every week, or not every week, whenever these books come out, they're always on like 5 or 6 issue limited runs for each story. And for me, it just works perfect because it's letting Mark come in. He's got a very tight, focused story. You don't have to worry about fluff. You don't have to worry about a writer or an artist just kind of like trying to fill time or pages or whatever. Like, it gets to the point. You always have crazy shit going on, especially in these books. But I love this one because, I mean, he's a great writer. But 2, it keeps you on your toes. You do not know what to expect because Nemesis is such a just out there character. And anytime that you think, I mean, look, it's just wild. Yeah, I'm not going any further. I don't want to go into this too far. But yeah, it like you said, it's the end of the story, or is it? and it just does some crazy shit. And for us to say crazy shit happens in this book, when we've said it multiple times about Nemesis, and it's kind of the expectation for crazy shit to happen, I feel like that says it. I'm trying to choose my words very carefully.
Yeah, we have to, because like you said, we don't want to spoil it, and
right.
It's just all I'm gonna say is, if you haven't read Nemesis before, really do fix yourself and pick up not just the back issues of this run, but all the previous runs. And while you're at it, get the hardcover, get the Wanted Big Game hardcover while you're at it. You gotta get this.
Oh, I'm not even looking at you right now. Show it again.
Oh, you gotta get the Wanted Big Game hardcover that came out.
Oh yeah.
I love that the black page.
That black is awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah. I can't recall another oversized edition that's ever done that. So
yeah,
that's incredible. Worth every cent.
The only thing I can think of that's done that is, and I don't know why, but I think I showed you the Neil Gaiman Sandman omnibus that I got, the volume like 1, 2, and 3. That's the leather. For whatever reason, the third volume they did black pages. Volumes 1 and 2, it's got the white. Third one, black, and it looks great. But I was like, why didn't they do this for all of them? Yeah, Nemesis, excellent. I'm gonna echo what Drew said. Go pick up if you've never read it. Go pick up all the volumes. I mean, if you like anti-heroes that do crazy shit, well, not even an anti-hero. He's a villain, but he's just
villain. Yeah.
He's just fun to watch. God, I'm still a terrible person. Our anti-hero over here doing the worst shit possible.
We love it because this is a character who is completely honest with himself. We know who he is. He knows who he is. There's no tiptoeing around anything. It is right out there. This is who he is. This is what he's going to do. And it's like, you love that because it's completely honest.
Yeah. Question. I know that when this particular Nemesis Forever started, there was a little concern of like, oh, is this the right choice that we're going into a direction where we're discussing his identity or an alias of his? By the end of the book, did you feel that was a problem at all or no?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like it kind of adds to the lore that he could have.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's more possibilities with him, if that makes sense.
And now I distinctly, so Josh, I don't know if you know, the camera is still completely on me right now.
Oh shit. Winning today, folks.
So I am about 98% certain that back in the day when Mark had launched Nemesis initially, he was toying with the idea that there wasn't just one Nemesis. Like there would be like various other people who took the Nemesis role and did evil things. But now it seems like after these runs, he's completely negated that. And nope, it's been this one guy this entire time.
Nice. Yep. Yeah. So I'm loving the book. I can't say enough. I get excited every time I see a new Nemesis come out, and I know I'm gonna be sad when the day comes that Mark's like, no, I think I'm good for a while. I'll be like,
no.
Also, you still need to do a movie or TV show or something, because
or I want action figures. I want a video game. I want movies. I want shirts. I want gift certificates. I want an ice cream sundae. It's just I want all these things.
Look, I'll even take a shirt that just says "Land Here." Yeah, no, I agree with you. I definitely, you can take that so many different ways. So
I remember that page. I remember that page. I remember that issue. It's like, oh Jesus.
But yeah, I agree with you. I do think this is the pick of the week. Again, if you're not reading it, go, like, what's wrong with you? Go read it. But yeah, this is definitely the pick of the week because it was good stuff. I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. We did get a few comments come through. So we got SP Card Fan dropping in with afternoon show. Yes. Since I was at work late on Thursday, we moved it to here. It's gonna be a weekend of shows. We got this, and then tomorrow the closeout stream for Lethal Lady. So it's gonna be a fun weekend. Salty put, I got that same bus. What does that mean?
Bus.
What bus? I don't know. We'll figure it out. It was probably an autocorrect, and then we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh. And then Kaiser said Drew and Kyle were the ones that got me onto Nemesis back in the day. Hell yes.
I've been reading it since it came out. So
yeah. I was one of those that was late to the game because so much of all my reading and attention was DC because of the website back in the day. Mm-hmm. Oh, Salty saying omnibus. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, the omnibus. Yeah, it's
listen, Salty. You should know now that logic and common sense aren't the strong suit here. I mean, with a face like this. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Mark. He needs to do it. He just needs to do an omnibus in general of all the Nemesis books. I want to see a Nemesis omnibus.
Do that and then throw Big Game in there because you need it in there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he absolutely should. Dude, I would be all over that. Like, I don't know what on what. Yeah. Start to say something, but I'm not going to say it on the stream. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next book. We got 2 more indie books we want to cover. The first is Twilight Zone, which this has been a little bit hit or miss. They changed the creative teams each month. Well, I guess it's kind of been more than a month on some of these releases. But they changed the creative teams with these. And this is the 3rd issue that came out. And why can't I think of the creator's name that did this one?
James Stokoe.
Yes, there we go. So James Stokoe comes down on here. And Drewski, how was Twilight Zone issue 3 with James Stokoe?
Yeah, this was a step back. Well, I'm going to say not even a step. This is a huge leap back in the right direction. Yeah. So as this story is starting off, you believe you're reading a tale from the past. You believe you're seeing a battle taking place in the past. But a character shows up a little later throughout the book who's wearing a certain Star-Spangled Flag. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. When are we? Where are we? But things start to slowly get revealed until we get the big payoff at the end of the issue. I'm not going to spoil what it is. So is this the first time we've had something like this before? No, absolutely not. Several movies have done stuff like this in the past. Movie like Zardoz with Sean Connery comes to mind. But I had fun along the way, and it's all beautifully well illustrated.
Yeah.
As well. So yeah, it's a solid recommend, this issue. James Stokoe, yeah, he told a very fun story here. And it's fun when you read it all the way through, you go back and you try to pick up the hints along the way of what James Stokoe was building up to at that big conclusion. And it's like, oh, it's right there. It's right there. The character said this. It's like, okay. But yeah, this was a fun issue. This is a good Twilight Zone issue. And with a few tweaks here and there, this absolutely could have been in the 1950s series by Rod Serling. I can see it.
Oh, wow. Nice. Drew, why don't you want to, give away the ending? They've been doing it with their covers anyways. So.
I'm right. Because that's not me. I don't like to spoil the fun.
Yeah, I did not read this issue. That's on me. I read the first one when it came out. I was like, it was fine. But I didn't realize Stokoe was on this, and now I wish I would have read it because I love his work. I love his art, and it's just having real art where you can see people who actually had pencils and you got the cross hatches and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just there's something about that when I see that, and especially when it's in black and white like this, I'm like, chef's kiss, because it's just rare these days, So no, this looks really cool. I won't go too far because I don't want to give anything away. And especially with these, like, the fun is getting to experience it. So glad this turned out well. Do we know who's doing issue 4?
That's a good question. I can check the League of Comic Geeks and see who they got planned for the next issue.
That's the bad thing about whenever you have anthology, well, not even anthology book, like, yeah, I guess anthology books like this, is so much of whether it's going to be worth picking up or checking out. It's going to depend heavily on who the creative team is.
Yeah, and we got. So I'm not familiar with this guy, Nate Powell. Not familiar with Nate Powell.
Nate, that sounds familiar though.
He did a series called The March Trilogy and Swallow Me Whole. I'm not familiar with this guy, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We shall see. We are going to go ahead and move on to another book, and it is 2000 AD.
I'm sorry, real quick. This is only 5 issues. The Twilight Zone thing, only 5 issues. That's it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah, I mean, interesting.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I was gonna say if it's only 5 issues, you think you'd want to come out with like the cream of the crop, like banger creative teams. But I guess do what you can do, and then
because I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the creatives on 4 and 5. I'm like, why not end with James Stocco? Go out with a bang. But,
they didn't want people to give up completely.
There you go.
Yeah, like, please buy this. Please buy this. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see what comes out of it. I'll be curious to see this next issue too, to see what this dude is, because the name sounds familiar, but his titles don't sound familiar. Anyways, moving on to 2000 AD. So this is a Judge Dredd series. And have you been reading this consistently, or
not consistently? So one thing I talk about with some British friends of mine who are into comics, a lot of them we kind of get like British, that the quality's gone down on whether it's heavy metal or if it's been 2000 AD. Just the quality really hasn't been steady or great. Yeah. But I'm a big Judge Dredd fan. I mean, right here, look, I'm reading Judge Dredd Origins right now. They got the Essential Collection. I got all the Essential Collections on my bookshelf. But when they announced that John Wagner was coming back, I take my money now, because John Wagner is the co-creator of Judge Dredd back in the day. And I was like, all right, so who's going to be doing the art? It's like, okay, no Carlos Izquierda, who co-created Judge Dredd as well. No Mike McMahon. All right, who we got? Mike flippin' Perkins on the art. We're talking the same Mike Perkins on Batman First Night, did The Stand. I'm like, fuck and yes, take my money now. So this story picks up, I believe, after a recent volume where they had, with the judges, the council, the judges, they had these robotic judges take the streets, and apparently didn't go too well. So shocked. Who would have guessed? And we have some dead judges in the streets. Things aren't going too well. And it appears that Judge Dredd just may be in the sights of some bad guys coming up. But I love this issue. It's only 8 pages. It just like 2000 AD stories are all 8 or 9 pages. But it's beautiful. Mike Perkins does an amazing job. John Wagner, it's like he never left. And I'm anxious for the next chapter.
Hell yeah. Awesome. This is something I also have not been keeping up with, so I'll have to check it out, because having him come back and then also Mike Perkins on art that's just a killer duo.
On Judge Dredd, come on, yes, take my money.
Oh, for sure. So this looks fantastic, and I like how he's even altered his art style here a little bit to make it more. I don't know. I can't even figure out what it is that's a little bit different than what he normally does, but it just feels like he's kind of tailoring it to be a little more fitted towards Judge Dredd. I feel like his art in the Batman First Night is just prettier, so maybe that's it, but I don't know. Still gothic over there.
It's just grit. I would say it's grittier.
Grittier, yeah. But it's still clean, like it's clean art. That's why I was hesitating on saying gritty, and then I just sounded like a retard trying to. I know English. So those are the indie books we are covering this week. This has me really excited, so I'm gonna have to keep up with this and keep checking in on this, because where Twilight Zone is more of a question mark, this is almost like a guarantee. So hell yeah. Let's look at the comments real quick before we jump into DC. He's like, Salty's over here like, no, you listen, Josh. And then Stilko, no fucking way. Hi, Bubba. I know. Hello. Okay, great kissies. I'm down. They're attention starved because I've been at work all day and came home and I was like, hi guys, doing a stream. Bye guys. They're like, what the hell? You better pet us. Dang it. Let's see what else we have here. Salty said, I've basically given up on horror anthology comics at this point. Understandable, because honestly, most of the stuff that's come out this year or the past year have been awful, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, I know people have been praising a lot of those, like the Epitaphs from Beyond, or like a lot of those other.
Yeah.
But look, I've read them. There's nothing impressive about them. They're not funny. They're not clever. They're not witty. Look, you have to hold them if you're utilizing titles like that and showing off the covers, interiors. Like it's like reading the old EC comics.
Yep.
I'm going to compare them to those. And no, they are not that good, especially when it comes to the art. I mean, you look at what the EC Comics had, those artists like, Johnny Craig and others. Yeah, you guys don't hold a candle to those guys. And the stories, my God, some of them are just so horribly politically driven. It's like, I don't, unless you are, I don't want to get into politics, but like, if you're of a certain side, you'll probably love it. But if you're someone who isn't on that far side, it'd be like, this is a bit on the nose here. This is a bit much.
Yeah. You're talking about even those old books, those old EC books. The quality of those books from when they were, considering when they were created and published, it's just crazy how, I mean, when you read, if you pick up one of those books and read them today, they're definitely a product of their time. But they were also, in my opinion, so ahead of their time in a lot of ways that it's
especially with the artists. I mean,
yes.
Wally Wood, Johnny Craig, just to name a few. And Frank Frazetta did several as well. These guys were all-stars, and the guys on doing the art in these books don't hold a candle to them.
No. We do have Southside Ronin in the house. I will pull up your comment in a second when we talk about that book, because we will get to it, but it's about Absolute Superman. So our pick of the week was not Absolute Superman. It was Nemesis.
Oh, we're gonna have some words about Absolute Superman.
Indeed. We do have Nosferatu coming in with look at this fucking sex symbol. Damn it, Josh, you fine gay wine. I hate you so much. Welcome, Nos. It's nice to see you. And then hey, Kaiser just purchased the Twilight Zone issue. Hell, see, that's what we want to do. We want you to, like, if you missed something or maybe weren't reading something, be like, I'm gonna check that out. So
and if anyone ever to call me out on my EC fan base, how big of a fan I am, like, I'll gladly pull all my hardcover collected editions I got out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Some of which I bought down in Dallas, though, showing you and Max, educating him on EC.
Oh, show. Yeah, educating the Max. And then Nos, he's giving a shout out to his Jay Bowen.
Hey.
Hey. Let's see. Where are we? Kaiser put the last great horror anthology was Silver Coin. I agree, but there were also some doozy issues of that as well.
Yes, there were. I remember those doozies. But yeah, I do agree there were some that were really damn good.
Agreed. And wasn't oh gosh, what's his name now? The guy that did Frankenstein, wasn't he one of the main people that worked
James
on that?
Herron? Was it James Herron?
No.
Dan Waters.
No. Hold on. I got it right here. I just had to reach for it. Michael Walsh, wasn't he involved with Silver Coin?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he did some of the art. I think he was the artist on that.
Yeah, that was a good run. And I think too many people slept on that. So if you like good horror anthologies, definitely go check it out. And then just if you see they them's nuts writing, then maybe don't read that issue. I genuinely can't think of their name now, but the one that was with X-Men that moved to Canada had a whole freak out. That one. You're apparently slowly forming into Robert Eggers. This is a like metamorphosis.
So I never really realized I don't think I ever saw what Robert Eggers looks like, the film director of The Lighthouse and such. But I saw him like, oh my God. How he visually looks with the beard and the hair, how I have it right now. I'm just like, I actually kind of do look like him. It's weird.
And yes, Kaiser, Vita Ayala. That is exactly who I was thinking of, but couldn't think of their name.
You know what? She's been out of the picture in a lot of books.
Yeah,
publishers. I can't believe it.
She pissed people off.
Oh, you got any dirt? You got any inside? You got the inside dope?
I just know that she went full on like crazed, psychosis more so than she was. Moved to Canada with her significant other and their child, and yeah, just kind of started like yelling at other people that I guess she would have considered allies and friends before, and that just chaos. But
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You gotta remember that side they have no friends. Friends don't exist.
Oh, right, yeah. When you have the inmates running the asylum, and then even more of the inmates are like, "No, you're terrible." Then that's the extremes. Yeah, that's basically where she was. So, laugh out loud. You've now ascended to Eggers. Congratulations. She's on the DC Pride book. So here's the thing.
Ooh.
It's my understanding that these DC Pride books were done way, way, way in advance. And that I think it was either 2025 or 2026. They're essentially ending their Pride books. Yeah. I don't know if this last year was the last one or if this one coming up is the last one. But it was my understanding that they made a decision and an initiative that they were going to stop them. They had people do stuff early. That way it's just done and out of the way. And that there's not really a plan to revisit it. So now, could they change their mind? Absolutely. Could they throw a freaking Pride book together in no time? Absolutely. Like,
well, yeah, we've seen the quality.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. But DC has literally given writers like 2 days to write a script and get it in for stuff, and then like 2 weeks for an artist to try to throw shit together and get it in. So could they change their mind? Absolutely. But I know that was the plan. So insane rabid raccoon is greater than Vita.
The first thing that came to mind when I saw that was the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, when they're in their car and there's that raccoon that just pops up and just pops up, just starts biting Harold. And he starts spitting the blood in his face. Get the cancer raccoon out of here.
Oh my god. I was like, what? Harold and Coo? And then you mentioned it, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yep, there you go. That's Vita. She's
Love
the cancer raccoon.
Oh my god, freaking Vita. All right, we're gonna, since Vita did I guess Vita did some for DC, but we're gonna switch to focus on DC. We're gonna kick things off with Absolute, but it's not gonna be Absolute Superman. It's Absolute Batman, and we've got Arc M. So this was a one-off special that came out that kind of gives us the backstory of how we got to Arc M specifically, and how it started with the Arkham family. And I will say it's an interesting. It feels like half of it's trying to be shocking for the sake of being shocking and getting that shock value. That's what and look, in Absolute Batman universe, sure, I guess it fits, but it's the one thing that I haven't really cared about at all. So you kind of jump from different timelines, kind of learning the history of Arkham, the Amadeus Arkham's family, what his mother does, which is batshit crazy, and then how it kind of ties to present day. Sure, I felt like this wasn't needed, but I guess, like, why not? What were your thoughts on this?
I thought so. The concept of this comic is interesting. I like the idea of it. But like you said, there are some moments in this book that prohibit me from recommending this book. Like, so Wes and I, when his Best of the Week comes out, we get into a little disagreement about this. Like, so there's screw it, we'll spoil it. So there's a scene in here.
Yeah.
Coming up, I think it's not long after this, with the mother.
Yeah. Yes.
She's given news from a soldier about her dead husband.
Yep.
And then proceeds to murder the said soldier, delivering her note, as well as her kids, except one. Now, look, clearly, they're playing this moment off as shocking and serious. Duh. But the delivery, the pacing of this escalation, it jumps from 1 to Q in just one panel.
Yeah.
One panel. No, you need to let that breathe and deliver that shocking moment on the page turn, the next page, not the same damn page. It's played off for laughs now. I mean, now because I was laughing. I mean, on that page because the pacing of that ruined it. I mean,
yeah. I will say, I mean, look, we're here now. We're discussing it, so we'll show it. I will say that I didn't necessarily laugh, but I was like, bruh, what are we doing?
Yeah, look, it escalates. It just wait,
Yeah.
what? It's just like I'm smiling. It's like, wait, what? But it's like that's why, like I said, because I'm a storyteller as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, you let that breathe. That moment of her hunched over, just let it breathe.
Yeah.
Don't even hint at him grabbing the gun. And then on the page turn, boom, hit him with the like, oh shit. And,
I mean, have her hunched over. You know, I have her hunched over. Have her like show her like full on, just like crying.
yeah.
Maybe have a panel of her just then like almost like the numbness kicking in, and then maybe go to it. But it is also fast because it was like, even the first time I was reading, I was like, wait, did she just shoot this guy? Yeah. Like, and I went back and I just looked at it, I was like, she sure as hell did. And then I go to the next page and I'm like, yeah, that's I thought that's creepy. And then I looked down, I'm like, wait, what the? And because I hadn't gotten to reading the dialogue, or not even the dialogue, just the exposition there. And I was like, what is going on? And this is where I was like, okay, you're just going this far for the sake of being edgy and oh my gosh. But this, in my opinion, ultimately serves no purpose really in the great. I don't know. Maybe it does.
But this is just one moment. But the biggest thing, the biggest problem I had in this book. Okay, you mean to tell me a kid shows up at your insane asylum, completely drenched in blood.
Yep.
Fascinated with your facility, your hospital, and you're not even going to try to figure out where he came from?
Yep.
How the blood got there?
Yep.
Hell, you're not even going to call the police? This kid could have, at the very least, witnessed a murder. At most, and probably did, because we know who it is, it slaughtered a bunch of people. And he won't try to do the same damn thing to you and others around you. A plot like this makes your brain hurt. And a smart person doing that, just it's not plausible to me. I can't go with this.
Well, I mean, okay, so you get this character that's had this whole traumatic so much of this is just like, if you start asking questions, it just, I mean, look, maybe we're trying to think.
So Josh, I do understand what you're saying. A character like this, everything he experienced, like, oh yeah, okay, I want to bring him in. But at the same time, this is an educated man. You see a kid show up at your doorstep covered in fucking blood, you're gonna know questions. You should have questions.
Yes. Also, when your own history is what it is, you should have questions. When you see this, you should have questions, even if it's what happened to this poor kid and who did this, or at the very least, whose blood is this?
Yes.
Like, ask some questions. But no, it's like, oh, it's an orphan kid. You know what? I'm gonna take them in. I'm just gonna call them my son because we believe in healing everyone mentally. Like, it's our mission. What's crazy is it's like he's trying to do this parallel of Batman to a degree. Like where Arkham is essentially Batman taking in these orphans to go about his cause, his mission, except he gets an insane kid. Sorry.
And this kid had this whole Machiavellian plot planned out this whole time, like Joker from the Dark Knight. I'm like, wait, what? No.
For me, this book is too much. It's always been too much. It's still too much. I get people are liking it. I don't want to shit on things that people like. If you like it, great. But for me, I'm just over here rolling my eyes. And 80% of the time that I read Batman, Absolute Batman,
it's good junk. That's what it is. It's fun, stupid junk. That's what it is. And it's like I said, you're watching Cobra, you're watching Tango or Cash. That is Absolute Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he even goes beyond that though. Like I don't know. Those are fun. But this just, and then for me, it continues to make Gotham feel smaller in the respect that everyone knows everyone. Everyone's connected in
Oh
some
no,
way.
trust me. Oh, trust me. Yeah, the Bruce Wayne Scooby Doo gang, how they all knew each other. Man, Harvey, you're such a two-face. Just like, God damn it, are you really going there? You're really doing this right now.
They did. So look, it's elements of this weren't awful. Some were fine, but this book is not for me. I will say that. I know it's probably the most popular, one of the most popular things out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it's doing what it's doing for the industry. I'm glad people are going into shops and buying it. I'm glad new people are popping in the shops to buy it. It's just not my thing. The other thing about this book is they reveal another absolute character that we get their debut of here, but it's just like a quick panel.
He looks like Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid. And I just, all I'm going to say is, if that's the final version we're getting of,
I'm going to go there because it literally has no bearing on the story.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm just like, oh, that's a choice.
Yeah, it was I mean, he's got like a trench coat on. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, like I say, he looks like Revolver Ocelot, from Metal Gear Solid, and it's just like, okay, Revolver Ocelot. Oh, I remember him. Yeah, he looked cool.
Boom.
But he looks like Dracula.
He does kind of look like Dracula. So chat. If you had to, just by looking at this, if you had to guess who this character is.
Is he Vlad from Unholy Nightmare? He does kind of look like
that. He does kind of look like Vlad. I'm curious to see if any guesses come in. I mean, maybe people don't give a shit. No one's commenting anything, so we're gonna go with the latter. But this is supposed to be freaking Deathstroke. So
doesn't work. Doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Oh, Kaiser said it looks like Destro, not Deathstroke. And then it looks pretty. Hey! We got more there. Well, hello, Leslie. Nice to see you.
She would know.
That's Timu Destro. And then Zach saying with Mole Man. I heard that Fantastic Four is Zach's favorite movie of all time. So I'm just kidding. I don't even know if he's seen it. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone else thought it was, but hey, the red looks great. The red looks great. Sure, the red pops. I just
something.
I feel like they're trying. I mean, he's clearly got a costume on underneath this. They're trying to tease it a little bit here. I don't know if this is meant to be like almost like a cape coat type thing, or if it's just meant to hide. But I feel like we're gonna get a better reveal later on. And we'll see. But overall, not my favorite issue for reasons. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick with the Absolute train and go with Absolute Superman.
This will be a quick.
This is the start of a new arc, and we have a new artist stepping in. We've got Juan Ferreira, which I love Juan Ferreira. I don't know if he's meant for Superman.
Well, okay. So real quick, that cover, what sold me on this initially, I'll say initially, how bright, hopeful, and optimistic this cover looks. I'm like, oh my God, how about that? He doesn't have a maniacal, evil grin on his face waiting to kill anyone. This is a turn. We
should have known though. Like
yes, we should have. So as we get into the story, everything looks bright. It looks positive, optimistic. I'm like, holy crap! This is what Kansas should look like. This is what Clarksville looks like. It sounds like someone's having trouble. He transforms. I'm like, are we having a legit Superman here? And
are we?
Yeah, look at that. It's bright. Yeah. It looks like a beautiful day. He's got kind of a smile on his face. He's happy. I'm like, holy shit. And he's saving people. Superman is actually saving people. And I'm like, we've turned a road here. He's turned this around. He's made him an actual hero now, not a murderer. But we get this immediately. We have this guy in a burning building. And he's like, please save me, help me, like any person would say, hey, they're a human being. He's in the building, he's dying, he could possibly die. And who do we have standing or floating outside a burned hole in his building, staring at him? Wait, you can't even see his face, so that's giving us a very evil look.
Yep.
And pretty much threatening this guy in his office that's burning.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, it's one of those things where I try to tell myself, like, okay, this is, absolute universe. These are, versions of these characters that are in a world overcome with dark matter. Like, I get it. I just, I hate seeing evil Superman. I'm also
Yes.
sick of seeing evil Superman. Like, the moment Injustice did it, everyone and their dog started doing it or doing versions of it. And for me, it became old really quick.
Even Mark Waid said it's low hanging fruit. He told me that is on video, that's recorded. People can look that up. He said it is the lowest of hanging fruit in telling a story, doing one like that. And that's what we have here. I mean, more or less. I mean, probably more in this case.
But they also go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say this. Look, just say he's Ultraman. Just say he's Ultraman, and I'll buy it. I'll read it. I'm like, okay, we're seeing the beginning, the birth of a hero, of the villain here. I'm sorry, transitioning from what should have been a hero to a villain,
right?
And you have a compelling story in there, and because the next page or so, we really see him show how villainous he is and how evil.
I was stopping here for a reason, because I wanted to, like, they keep doing this where they're like, no, this Superman's edgy. He's a little more violent. He's not afraid to go, to that level, that step. And it's almost like they try to justify of like, yeah, but he's doing it to these types of people. And I'm like,
that's not right.
Yeah. Like
you're automatically dehumanizing these people.
Correct.
No, you can't. No, it doesn't work that way.
But
Superman sees everyone the same.
I've run into situations where when I express that I don't like this coming from a Superman, even a Superman that's in a world that's controlled by dark matter or consumed with dark matter, it's like, no, for me, I would like to see a Superman maybe a little edgier, but not this edgy, and still overcoming to be Superman. And this is where I think crazily enough, this is where I think Absolute Wonder Woman gets it right. You take Diana, you put her in a situation where she grows up in hell using dark magic, and she still comes out being a hero. Like, I think that's the compelling story, not this. And it's exactly what Mark was saying. It's low-hanging fruit. It's easy. If you're the most powerful being in the universe, it's easy to be evil. It's not so easy to be the good guy that stands up for the little guy. So it's just like, I just feel like they're missing it here. Again, Absolute Universe, clearly not for me. But yeah,
in this book, look, how is that a hero?
Yeah,
how is that a hero?
Or if you do see this in a hero, make it a moment where it's like something super terrible, personal happened to him directly. I don't know. They killed Lois right in front. Again, that goes right back to Injustice.
As soon as I got to that panel, I closed it. I was done. You lost me in a matter of a page.
Yeah. What I will say is, for this, if you haven't been reading but maybe don't want to catch up, it feels like it's for the most part a pretty fresh start. And I'm happy for Juan. I love Juan. He's a great guy. He's a fantastic artist. I'm glad he's on a book that's giving him as much exposure as this is. I still don't know if this is the best book for him. But yeah, happy he's getting this because he deserves it, but not my cup of tea. Absolute's just not my cup of tea.
No.
But hey, Juan, great work, dude. I'm proud of you and happy for you. Let's go to DC KO Night Fight. So this, I always feel bad when I talk about this because I feel like we just, and here's the thing, and it's because I feel like we talk about this and I feel like we sound negative, and it's honestly a fine book. It's even good at times. Like we kick things off here with Jason Todd, and I loved what they did when they started the Jason Todd story because they had that black and white kind of the coloring in it, or no, the red, the color. They had the fun coloring there.
Yeah, it was like black, white, gray, and little dabs of red here and there.
Yep. And I will say the same thing we've been saying every issue before this. If you haven't read a ton of Batman, this is going to be great. You're going to have a shit ton of fun with this. And it's doing a lot of good things of trying to separate the Robins to let you understand how they're different. I applaud it and all of that. if you've read a lot of Batman, you're gonna be where Drew and I are going, yeah, man, been there, done that. Because we've seen this so many times. Even the Jason thing about like uh, Bruce training him and doing what he did and letting him die. Like, there's only so much you can take of that. Now, I will say I thought this issue did some fun stuff, especially at the end. But for the most part, I was like, yeah, okay, like, running through the same thing. Like, it's fun, it's action packed. You got Dan Moore on art, like nothing wrong there. But I don't know. For me, this is fine, and I wish I could be more excited about it. It's just that it feels so been there, done that.
Yes, I agree. And I'm not gonna lie. At times, getting into this, it just felt very muddled and just kind of sloppy. And just later on, when we get like Batman and a computer talking to people, and just like, what the hell are we doing here? What is this now?
Yeah, it gets a little trippy for sure.
Yes, and it just Batman going through these different lives and parallel lives, and by the end of it, it's just like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's there. Am I reading this right, Josh? That Batman is trying to essentially cheat the system to get back into the game through this?
So
did I read that wrong?
It seems. I mean, we still don't even fully know exactly what's going on. So because I don't know if it's necessarily him trying to cheat the system, or because there's questions around the system itself. We have these kind of things going on, but we like alternate universes, yes, but how so is it? Like there's a lot of kind of questions and grayness around it that I feel like they're purposely saving until the 4 missions are done. We'll see. But we move from Jason into Tim Drake. The Tim Drake bit doesn't really last long. And this to me was also some of the weaker stuff, because this is where you get the digital back computer stuff, which I guess makes sense with Tim, but I wish we'd move away from Tim's like, oh, Tim's the tech Robin. I wish we'd get away from that and go back to like, no, Tim is the one that's the better detective out of all the other Robins and matches. And I wish they'd go back to kind of how Tim was established at the end before they launched the New 52, where he was viewed by some as being the one that would most suited to take over the Batman mantle, because he was so pragmatic that he looked at things very black and white, which made him sometimes make tough calls that people didn't agree with and thought were wrong. Ra's al Ghul.
There's no reason why he should not be in that Red Robin costume right now.
Yeah, agreed. But I don't know. They always just lean tech nowadays, which fine, I guess. He is good with tech too. But I miss that. I miss where they had elevated him to, because it made him such a more well-rounded and standalone character.
I miss the Red Robin costume because it felt like that costume, it felt like a good intermediary between Batman and Robin. Like it's just kind of like a Nightwing role. You found that transition role between both. Yep. And they've gotten away from that. They've given a half-assed Robin costume. That's all it is. It's just I don't like it. Tim Drake deserves better.
Yeah, but hey, Tim, come on, don't be like Bruce. Live a little. Come and hang out. Maybe call Bernard and
maybe go tiptoe around the docks.
Yeah. I'm so sick of seeing Bernard too. So, or hearing about Bernard, it just feels so forced at this point. Like when he's calling Steph, I was like, or referencing Steph, I was like, oh, okay. Are we saying they're back together in this? No.
Did he get a case of the not gays? Did he get better?
The not gays? I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. Yeah, we do get that splash page that has all the other characters as Batman's. So we got Stephanie here. But she looks very manly. So, but it's the spoiler. I mean, it looks more pink than purple, but it's that design, and her Batgirl costume had that when she's Batgirl. You got Duke Thomas, which I don't know why the beep they made him so big. You've got
The one Fox kid. What's his name?
Yeah, I can't think of his name now either.
The
Not
Duke, was
Luke,
it Duke
but
Fox? The Duke?
no, I can't even remember. Azrael, you got Cassandra, you've got essentially Barbara. Like, all right, cool, fun little thing. This is where I thought it got interesting because you got Bruce waking up. I'm sorry, we're spoiling this, but you got Bruce waking up and he's in this room. And then at first I was like, I mean, you have the I Saved Gotham father, and it's Damien, but it's like a well-adjusted Damien. So that alone is like, okay, all right. Because every other thing we've seen of Damien in the future, it's always him as this just like, just so close to straddling that line of being evil, and being more ruthless than Bruce ever was. When we see the future depictions of him as Batman, so seeing this and seeing him so well adjusted, and also having a kid that he's named Alfred, I was like, okay, I get that it's 3 pages, but these were touching 3 pages. I'll take it. And then it kind of leaves us off for the next issue. So, yeah, look, if you haven't, like I said, if you don't have a huge history with Batman, I'm sure this is a lot of fun for you. For us, I think it's kind of just been there, done that, and also been done better in other ways, but it is what it is. It's not awful. Take it or leave it. So we're going to do 2 more Batman books, and then we'll look at comments and then wrap up with Marvel, which Marvel will not take long at all. Well, we're only talking about 2 books anyways, but let's talk about Fractions Batman, because I hated this issue.
Fair. I was not a fan of it either. I would say right there, phrase it right there. There is one thing. You take this character out of this book.
Yep.
It's a recommend. Yep. So this is another disagreement I had with Wes today. That character,
did he like it?
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh.
I'll say this. On one hand, it was great seeing Bruce, back. He's got some balls. He's driving he's got a kick-ass. He's got the George Costanza Pontiac GTO right there. And but we have this completely insufferable doctor that he invites out on a date, but it's not a date.
Not a date. God, which ends up being the running gag for like the entire issue.
It's annoying, and she does so much bitching and whining in this that it makes this whole comic a major turnoff.
Yeah, and
if this comic had just been a focusing, if you take her out of the picture, if this whole issue had just been focused on Bruce driving the GTO, and it's like a high-speed chase throughout most of Gotham, that's a solid recommend all day, any day.
Yeah.
But this character, she ruined it.
You can even leave it at they're trying to kill her, which they are. They're coming after her because of the work she's trying to do. So they're not going after Bruce. These people don't know Bruce is Batman. They're going after her because of the work she's doing, and they don't want it expanding or getting funded or whatever. You could have kept that, but get rid of this cutesy like rom-com. Oh my god, so totes dorbs dialogue. Because even if Bruce is playing like the ladies' man, I just know half of what he says in this issue. I'm like, he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that. But they try to make it. Matt tries to make it so cutesy, and it's the dating aspects that I hated about this book. The stuff with these like little moto ninja dudes, it's fine, it's fun. I will actually, let me put it this way: tonally, this book took me back to when they were doing the whole Batgirl of Burnside thing, and I was okay if we never went back to that type of tone again for Batman. I mean, where it's cutesy and MG and look at my social media and all, like that's what this reminded me of. And then you have that other character that's at the end. It's not like the generic like motocross ninja dudes. And she reminded me, like, take her swords away, give her Pokeballs, and she looks like a gym leader for some Pokemon town. Like, I'll see if I can get to her real quick.
Poor GTO.
I know. He'll be able to get another one here. Like, interesting look. Sure.
She's got two lightsabers. It's like, okay, cool.
Hey, those are cool lightsabers. You hush. but yeah, it was an interesting look for a Batman villain. But I do feel like there a lot of Batman stuff lately is trying to lean into manga, which I get. It's popular, people are reading it, but this does seem to want to lean in that direction. And she's fine. She's maybe not. They threw an interesting element of you got the motocross guys, you've got her, but maybe there's an opposition even between those two. So I thought that was fine, but I also did not like the ending. I was so irritated with the ending. Yep. That was, but if you take the date portion or the not date portion, and just the stupidity of some of the stuff.
It's not a date.
Yeah. And then the ending and what they do with the quote unquote reveal, that for me, I was like, oh God. And I won't give it away. I know people are reading this book, but the way this book ends, I'll just say too many people have that information. Just stop. And also, I don't feel like this character would slip up that easily. So
no.
Final Batman book. We're not even gonna stay on this long because I was like, and it's Batman Green Arrow: The Question Arcadia. Issue 1, I was like, no, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. The art looks good. It looks like they're trying to harken back to an older form of storytelling. I feel like they're going for a slow burn. Just give it a minute. Yes, I know it's got some leftist ideals, but it is also Green Lantern, not Green Lantern, but Green Arrow. Just calm down. It's on point for his character. I was trying to give this book a shot, and then I started reading this issue, and I was like, this is boring as fuck. So I believe I'm done with this, which is a shame because this is freaking. It's Gabriel Hardman. Never mind. For some reason, I was thinking it was a different writer, but yeah, not my cup of tea. Drew was smart. He didn't even finish reading the first issue, and I wish I'd been that smart. So
we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. To the comments. Let's go. Oh, there's been. Oh, okay. Yes, very Vladdy, Timu, Destro. Leslie saying hello. I don't know what I missed for this comment, but he was, yeah. Hey.
Don't pull.
Yeah, about to lose my ears over here. We have Jana Banana coming in with sup boners. What's up, Jana? Yeah, Leslie, you should be real sorry. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing our normal time, so it's all good. What else do we have here? A lot of love for Jana. And then he put, is this how they stole the documents from the Somali daycare? Yes. And stole the documents.
I love how some pundits have pulled up the scene from the movie on the waterfront when you have like these mob leaders or like they talking about their Senate before like a Senate subcommittee hearing, and they're like, didn't you have these records, in a vault or vaults in a safe locked away? And like, oh yeah, but just so happened the safe got broken into the other day. We don't have those records anymore. Someone took them.
Kaiser talk about Green Lantern and Batman already. Bro, the Green Lantern Batman book was the week before. Unless he meant Arcadia, which, yeah.
The only Arcadia that's good is the Joan of Arcadia. And I'm not planning on watching that anytime soon.
Dude, I forgot about that show. Joan of Arcadia. Hey, get down. Little shit's trying to get treats. What's wrong with him? 2 Marvel books to talk about. Both are X-Men, and let's just say neither one of us read Amazing Spider-Man. We have no desire to. It's been not great. It keeps going back and forth between Earth and that weird whole thing with Ben and Norman Osborn dressing up as Spider-Man or pretending to be Spider-Man, and then you've got Peter in space, and they keep alternating between the 2 stories. And I would say the bad thing is that I don't find either of them compelling at this point. And then the fact that you're alternating between the 2 is making them feel like they're dragging out. And I can't. But a Marvel book that was actually solid, in my opinion, is not Absolute Wolverine, Ultimate Wolverine. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. If you want to jump into this real quick, Drewski, what were your thoughts?
Jeez. So I'm trying to recall this issue. Just go through a few pages.
So yeah, when we left off in the last issue, you had Wolverine saving Jean Grey, and she like melted Cyclops, like just obliterated him, and then he was yelling for Ileana to leave. So we're kind of getting some of the Ileana throwbacks here. And
because I'm not gonna lie, I was a fan of how Ileana is written here. She's written like she's written like not an insufferable character, like how she is now, and I like that. She's written, like a legit,
a little more normal. Yeah. And like the main X-Line books where she is insufferable. And then a lot of it comes back to just kind of Wolverine nursing Jean back to health. I will say this issue did feel a little transitional. We get some good action in it.
This costume is interesting for Wolverine.
Yeah.
Still not sure. He looks like Starman from the 1980s. How that costume looks. But hey, I have no problem with that. I love that. I love that version of Starman. It's one of my favorite Roger Stern books. But the other Starman, that's the 1990 Starman.
I was gonna say this isn't the same Starman, but Starman.
No, that was the 1990s edgelord wearing a duster and goggles.
It was the 90s, man. It was the 90s. James Robinson.
Bro, we're in dusters, bro. Dusters are the thing, bro.
Dusters are the thing, bro. We did it for Matrix, man. So I will say that I would love to hear some background conversations on this, because you've got the ultimate line, which is essentially wrapping up an ending. But it always felt like Chris Condon came in to write this and then kind of had the rug pulled out from under him, that he just like fast forwarded things, because some of these issues have been like breakneck speed with the plot, and this issue finally feels like it slows it down a little bit, which I found a little interesting. But it's essentially him kind of looking after Jean, getting her back in a good spot, and then some action stuff that's going to come up fine, worked out, enjoyable, and then you jump into the end and it's like, okay, we're going after Ileana. And yeah, it was fine. It was a solid issue. I would say this is probably my favorite Ultimate book out of all the Ultimate books. So enjoying it.
Yeah, solid action. You got Wolverine fighting a huge bear, and this like Wolverine actually kicking ass. Is it just a random bear? Or is it the demon bear? I forget it was just a random.
I'm trying to remember as well.
Yeah. But I was shocked. Like actual legit action in a Wolverine comic, because you're not getting that in Saladin Ahmed's version of Wolverine.
No.
It's gritty, it's nasty, it's dark. This is the way a Wolverine book should look, not what we have in Saladin Ahmed's book this week.
Yeah.
Which no shadows.
No shadows. I didn't pull that up. Do you want me to pull that up?
We could show the stark contrast. Just look at all the action, the visceral action, the blood, the graphicness, the shadows. It just looks like how a Wolverine book should look.
Yeah. Because Saladin Ahmed's kind of kicks off a new arc. And
Look how flat that looks.
That's what I was about to say. This is where earlier when I was talking about actual like pencils on paper art, that there's just something about it. There's a texture to it that works. This looks like someone came up with a grassy background, got a sticker of Wolverine, slapped it on there, and then got a sticker of a deer and slapped it on there, and then got a sticker of claws with blood and slapped it on the deer. Like there's no actual like depth here.
No, none.
And it's just too clean for me. Like,
yes, 100%. No shadows. I just don't like that. It just looks like a cheap online. It looks like one of those Marvel Infinity comics. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna say it's bad. Like it's not bad. This is not what a Wolverine
comic should have. Right. This is not a Wolverine comic.
And the reason I'm trying to clarify not bad is like there are plenty of books that if this art were on there, I feel like it would be an upgrade. But it does feel lifeless. And I tend to feel that way with a lot of digital art. Some people like Jorge Jimenez managed to make his art, I don't know, have a certain type of energy. but this does not have it for me. So
No.
And then they introduced Silver Sable in this, and I don't know. It was interesting. Interesting, not in an exciting way.
You got the edgelord. I'm wearing my sunglasses at night. Secret agent.
I wear my sunglasses. Isn't that how that song goes?
Yeah.
Don't mess around, guy in shades. Oh no.
But yeah, out of anything X-Men right now, I would say absolute Ultimate Wolverine. God, Jesus Christ, Ultimate Wolverine is the one book that is maybe worth your time because it's doing interesting things. So
yeah, I agree.
Not Ultimate X-Men though, because that is no. But Drew, nothing can compare to our Age of Revelation epilogue, Shadows of Tomorrow, X-Men, where everything that was so crucial and critical in Age of Revelation comes back to the present day, comes back for R. Scott, for him to just continue forward with.
And it's not even an epilogue. The shit show continues. So okay, now Josh, hear me out here. So from my understanding, even through this current X-Men run right now, all the events of the past have happened. So Days of Future Past, Days of Future Present, Days of Futures Past and the Present, Futures Present, all this stuff happened. So the X-Men are aware of time travel. They are aware that, hey, if one of their X-Men comes back and warns them, all right, there's a concern here. There's a legit threat here. We've experienced this. This is truth. This is probably true. Most likely true. But the X-Men here are written by like absolute fucking idiots who have apparently never experienced time travel. Kitty Pryde never came in the past to warn them about what happened. So they're all treated like, time travel? What the hell is this? What do you mean time travel? Time travel isn't a thing. Blah, 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 blah. Like, this is total bullshit. This is a bullshit story written by Jed McKay. This would not happen. This should not have happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're coming in with it's a bullshit story. Are we really surprised, though? I mean, look at everything we just came out of.
These are characters who have experienced time travel more than on just one occasion.
No, I know.
Yet they're written like, blah, blah, what is time travel? Blah, blah, blah. What the hell are you talking about? You're crazy. This doesn't exist. Are you fucking nuts? Are you stupid? Do you not remember all the stuff that happened in the past? Are you just that obtuse? What the hell? They're written like it never happened. They're all Jim McKay is a moron, and these characters are morons.
I mean, I'll agree. I will agree with you there. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm so ready for all this to just be over with, but I mean, we're just gonna get more crap moving forward. I don't know. It's a hot mess express. It's not good. I agree with you that it doesn't make sense from their history and everything that's going on, but I don't know. It's wild, and I feel like this. I don't know. It just feels like this is also the cheap way out or the easy way out, because it feels like this is some of the stuff that should have been kind of incorporated in the mainline story, because it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like how it's unfolding doesn't make sense.
No, it
in
doesn't.
the respect that, huh?
No, it doesn't make sense. No.
Yeah, like we're gonna bring the Scott from the past to the future to deal with the Age of Revelation, because we have to like have the Scott in the past know what happened so he can stop it. But we're never gonna actually include that in the main story. But we're gonna just kind of throw it together. Like it.
They never stop to think. Okay, you know what? Because all these events did happen in the past, according to as far as I know. You know what? Maybe there's something to what Scott said. Maybe we should, imprison both Doug and Scott. We should interrogate them both, figure out what the hell's going on. Do they do this? No. They interrogate Scott. They just let Doug do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Play Johnny Fuck with his fuck buddy right here. And it's stupid. It makes your brain hurt. Just how these characters act.
It's crazy that we thought it couldn't get worse than the Krakoa era, and it's just proven to be worse. Like, I don't know. There's gonna be changes changes coming up with these new X titles coming out of this. Do you have any hope at all, Drew?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
No, everything they've got planned, who's on the books, they have learned nothing. They have learned jack and shit, and Jack left town. The only gleam of hope the X office has, they're not even a part of. It's John Byrne's X-Men Elsewhere, which he wrote and illustrated on his own over the past 10 years. That's their only hope for sales. And I pray for them. I hope that does so well, it outsells everything else, that they're like, maybe, there's something to this John Byrne guy. Maybe there's something to traditional X-Men storytelling here.
Yep. So for instance, some of these new titles coming out, you've got Cyclops #1, written by Alex Packnedel and art by Roge Antonio. I'm not familiar with either of them. Wade Wilson, Deadpool #1, Benjamin Percy and Jeff Shaw. I don't know if Benjamin Percy is the person to write Wade Wilson, unless they're going to try to not do the kookiness.
You know what? Yeah, I would say if you want to do a pretty much a 180 approach on Deadpool, go back to the old OG roots. Get away from the jokes. Just make him a straight up merc. Occasionally, maybe a merc with a mouth, but being a straight up killer again.
Yeah, I don't foresee them doing that, and because of that, I don't foresee Ben Percy being like the guy that should be helming that book. But whatever. Jody Hauser. Oh
nope.
God. Yep.
Look at this. Look, like I said, they have learned nothing.
Nope. Like Jody Hauser is the automatic. Nope. But anything, Generation X23. So Laura and Gabby.
Yeah, let's see how long it is before that's canceled. It just they have learned nothing, and it just shows you that despite the fact of how well Absolute Batman has done, how well it's pretty much just spanked Marvel completely. Yep. They're tripling down.
Yeah. Other than that, you've also got Magic and Colossus #1, which there may be, but they're pulling the creative team that's currently working on, or that was working on the most recent Magic book, which was not good.
I don't know a single person who read that and or enjoyed it.
I don't either. And then some of the other books coming out, like I know Tim Seeley's taking over some books, and I don't. It's gonna be.
And look, Tim Seeley, he is hit or miss. And I mean, is he going to give you the long-winded purple prose covering the pages, or is he going to just let the art tell the story?
Yeah. Things do not look good. As excited as we might be, the Age of Revelation has done. Things do not look good for the future. So, womp womp. But X-Men, ladies and gentlemen, good times. Times.
Like I've said before on other channels, like X-Men was the gold standard at Marvel. They were the title at Marvel, best and brightest. Worked on there, came from there. And it is shocking just how far the quality has fallen.
Yes. Real quick to wrap up the stream, we do have Kaiser saying, I haven't gone to my LCS in 3 weeks, so they're all new books to me. Fair. And Zach said, that's just Kitty Pryde's truth, you bigot. It's not Kitty anymore, it's Kate. And she's a pirate. Just kidding. She stopped being a pirate. Well, that was also wild. Listen, the fact that we're sitting here saying that this is worse than Kitty Pryde being like boss bitch pirate Kate is saying plenty. So I have hopes that someday we'll get back to good X-Men. I just don't know when or how.
Yeah,
but it's got to happen at some point. Anyways, those were this week's releases. Sorry if we sounded like two assholes, but it was not the best week overall.
No, it wasn't. It was a very eclectic week, and once again, indies, they ruled the roost.
Yeah, absolutely. The indie books continue to be some of the best. And look, I will give DC credit. There were a couple places where DC's definitely firing on multiple cylinders, but we had a lot of interesting Batman books. And while I know Absolute Batman's popular with a lot or the Absolute line in general is popular with a lot of people, it doesn't hit with us like it does with them.
No, it feels like they're not not in on the joke. They're not in on just how over the top and stupid this comic is.
Right. Correct.
It's that they're not thinking critically. They're just the people who just scan read. The people who just read. They're not.
Yep.
They're not applying any reading comprehension to what they're reading.
Correct. Yeah. But and that's the crazy thing is like you're getting this. I don't know if it's really hit comics, but I do think the people of this mindset are now writing comics. But for film and television, there are mandates coming from studios and networks where they call it second screen viewing, where they're like, "Hey, you can't make this too complex or too deep. People aren't going to be paying full attention. They're going to be on their phone and watching. So you need to spell it out for them." And I hate that, but it's a legitimate initiative called second screen viewing because we're at this age of the TikTok doom scrollers that are on their phone the entire time they're watching, and they're like, "We'll watch a few minutes and then go back to scrolling."
No, I completely disagree with that. And I try to apply a cinematic approach to my comics. One of my favorite film directors is William Friedkin, and one of my all-time favorite films is Sorcerer. And in that film, and probably the first 10 minutes or so, there's no dialogue. You have to pay attention. You have to look to see what's going on in the plot. You are putting the pieces together to figure it out. I am making you work, to see what's going on in the plot. I'm not spelling it out for you. And I love that. And that's what I try to do with my stories a lot of times.
Heck yes. Well, folks, we are going to be wrapping it up here for today. I started to say tonight, but it's not really tonight yet. Drewski, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me here on Pop by Culture. You can find me on what's the channel, Thinking Critical. I think our weekly review should be coming out here in the next 20 minutes or so. And you can find me here tomorrow as well. We're doing the closeout for Lethal Ladies. You can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. You can find me at MegaCon in March and possibly Kansas City the week after. We'll see.
Oh, all right. Adding some shows in there. Okay.
Yep.
As Drewski said, we were typically here Tuesdays and Thursdays for our Tuesday show, which is rotating, and then Floppy Drop is every Thursday. Unless work decides to throw me a curveball, and then we'll find another time to do it. But we will be here tomorrow for the Lethal Ladies closeout. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to come have a good time. We're going to talk about the book itself, the campaign. We'll talk about just comics in general. We'll probably come in with some fun, just comic book related questions. If you have questions, bring them to the table. So we're just going to come have a little fun nerd out closeout, and it'll be a good time. If you want to follow the channel, you can check us out on X at @ByPopped. If you want to follow me, I am at Joshua L. McDonald on X. And then Instagram is JoshWorks903. But thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Saturday. It's been a lot of fun, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Yep.
Have a good night. Don't do anything crazy. Bye.
What?
Get the fuck out!